30-year-old housewife. I live with my husband, Tom. Today, we were visiting his grandparents. Ooh, this place is so classy. I love it here. This is a great house you got here.
Thanks. This place is pretty old, though. How long has it been? 60 years?
Actually, it's been 65 years now, dear. We built this place right after we got married, so...
They got all kinds of memories here. But when I was a kid, I drew on the walls and I got into a lot of trouble.
They got mad at you? But they're so nice. I can't imagine what they're like when they get mad.
Oh, they're scary. Very scary. And they've been farmers all their lives, so they got the stamina. It's wise not to anger them. Hey, the mochi on the stove is ready.
Ah, you're right. I'll go grab some soy sauce from the kitchen. Pam, Tom, could you grab some plates from the shelf over there?
Okay.
I really loved spending time with them. We both loved it here, so we came here all the time. But, they were really nice people, but their daughter and my mother-in-law, she was quite the character. Not sure how you turn out like that when you have great parents like these, but... And Tom's sister, she was a bit of a troublemaker as well. For instance, when we went over to his house to say hello after we got engaged. So you're gonna marry my son, huh? Fair enough. Come over here 3 times a week and do things around the house for me then, okay? It was a 3-hour drive from where we lived, so there was no way I could do that. Tom told me that his mother was troubled, so I wasn't that surprised when she told me this. But still, I didn't know what to say to her. Then his sister Katie, she said to me, "Come on Sundays. You can give me a ride to my boyfriend's house then."
Mom, Katie, stop it. She's not going to be doing that. It's a 3-hour drive here.
Stay out of this, Tom. I'm your mother, so do as I say. My house, my rules. Got that? Growing up, his grandma took care of him for the most part. Tom was a very kind-hearted person, but he tried to carry everything by himself. He always wanted to say something to his mother and sister, but he usually just kept quiet. But after we got married, he said he'd do anything to protect me. And he kept his word. Whether his mom or sister said something like this, he stood up for me. And he was still working on it, but he was trying really hard to change, and that's what mattered most. And I wanted to do anything I can to help him out. His mom, she was a single mom. She grew up in the same house her parents lived in now. That's where she gave birth to Tom and Katie, but she barely did anything to take care of them. She was always going out with friends. Tom didn't remember much, but according to his grandparents, they were always fighting. They were always telling her that she had to do a better job as their mother. She was getting tired of being yelled at, so she went out there and married a rich guy, hoping to solve all her problems. Then she took her kids with her and moved out of the house. She hasn't seen her parents ever since. I heard she was terrified of them. But the man she married, Tom's father-in-law, he passed away a few years ago. He was in a car accident. Anyways, she told me to help out with things around the house 3 times a week, but needless to say, I wasn't going to do that. I did my best to stay away from them. I didn't even go to their house during the holidays. Tom felt the same way. He wanted nothing to do with them. But then one day we got a call from his mother. "Pam, hey! When are you moving in?" "Moving in? What are you talking about?" "I'm telling you to come in and live with us. Come over Sunday, I'll be waiting." "What? Hold on, what are you saying? You want us to move in with you and your daughter?" "Yep, that's right." But we never agreed to this." "Doesn't matter, okay? Look, my husband left me some money when he died, but we're almost dry. I can't make ends meet. You guys haven't been here in a while. You two are the only family I've got left, so you have to take care of me." Wait, so she wants us to support her financially? Is that it? I don't know. We can't just move in like that. I don't care. I'm your mother-in-law. Do as I say. She hasn't changed one bit. What do I do? And you guys live too far away. It's a 3-hour drive, right? Well, once you do move in with us, you can do housework for us 7 days a week. So she wants Tom to pay for everything and make me her personal maid? I don't think so. Screw that. I took a deep breath and I said to her, I don't think so. I'll talk to Tom, but he's gonna say no for sure. Did you talk to him already? No, but it's not a problem. He never says no to me, so he'll be fine with it. I don't think so. I already quit my job and everything, so I really need you guys to come. You quit your job? Yeah, I'm almost 60. I don't want to work anymore. And I don't have to. Tom's gonna support me from now on, so, well, I gotta go. See you in a couple of days. Move in with them? No way, absolutely not. But there was just no talking to her. This woman didn't listen to reason. What do I do? Trying to talk to her was a waste of time, so I just said bye and hung up the phone. She called me a couple of times after that, but I just ignored her. Then, 2 weeks later, as I was getting dinner started, someone rang the doorbell. I checked the door monitor and, oh, what the hell? What are they doing here? It was my mother-in-law and Katie. I had no idea they were coming over. I just froze up, not knowing what to do. Then...
What's going on? What the? Mom? Katie? What are they doing here?
Tom sounded terrified. They drove for 3 hours to come here? I don't really want to see them.
No worries. We'll just pretend like we're not home.
So we decided to keep quiet. But then a few minutes later, Katie started taking the electric bicycle we had parked outside.
What are you doing?
Tom turned on the mic and started yelling at her. Ah, there you are! We're here to help you move. I'll take the bike for you. We've been waiting forever. Get a move on. And I need some money by tomorrow to pay off my debt. From now on, I want $1,000 every month. Hope you're okay with that. And, can I get an advance? Oh, and Pam, I want another $1,000 from you, so that'll be $2,000 in total. Open the door. We've got a lot of work to do. We came all this way to help you move. We even rented a truck. They kept banging on our door, and I was hoping they'd stop at some point, but they just kept going. Oh, shut up already! Go home already! But then I remembered something. There was something they didn't know about, and I realized I could use that against them. So Tom and I came up with this plan to get them back. This is gonna be great! Tom went upstairs. I stayed in the room to keep an eye on them. Our microwave is getting really old. He got a new one when he got married, so we can use that from now on. Sounds good. And that electric bike, that one's mine. I've always wanted one of those. Oh, they're pathetic. A few minutes later, I headed to the entrance hall and opened the front door. Pam, hey! We're here to help you move. They tried to walk into the house, but I didn't let them. Then I smiled at them and said, "What do you mean move? We already did." Huh? What do you mean? Wait, you guys don't know? This isn't our house anymore. They seemed really confused, but then they froze up. Tom showed up with his grandparents. His grandpa was reading in the room before this, and his grandma was in the kitchen cooking with me. That's why Tom was upstairs earlier. When you called me the other day and asked me to move in with you, I told your parents about it, and we decided to swap houses. What? We always loved their house. We always talked about moving there someday, and they wanted a smaller house with better toilets and stuff, so we decided to trade houses. And I knew that they'd show up here at some point, so our plan worked perfectly. She hated them. Growing up, her parents always yelled at her and she couldn't stand them. And they were furious. We told them everything she tried to do, so they were ready to tear her a new one. My mother-in-law looked terrified. I came over today to show her how to use the equipment in the kitchen. We just finished making dinner, that's why we're here today. They were very upset with her. They knew everything, so she wasn't talking her way out of this. First, they started by apologizing to us for what their daughter did. I guess they felt responsible for raising her like this. Ah! She fell on her bottom. She was so scared of them. This is too funny. As for Katie... Wait, so are you two my grandparents? She seemed confused. She hasn't seen them in years, so I guess she didn't remember them.
Long time no see, Katie. Last time I saw you, you were just a baby. You were so cute and innocent back then. But now look at you.
He said to her. Huh? She took a step back from him. She looked terrified. What the hell is your problem, old man? Get away from me!
Shut up, you thief! Give us back the bicycle, now!
What? But I thought it was my brother's!
Yeah, give it back to me, right now, or I'm calling the cops!
Katie, just do as he says, please! Her mother started crying. Wow, what did they do to her? She's terrified of them. She was like a completely different person in front of them. It was so pathetic. I should have just called her parents right from the beginning. Oh well. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We'll never bother them again, I promise. She started begging them for forgiveness. They looked at each other and paused for a second. Then, Tom told me that you're always telling him what to do, saying that you're his mother. What? Well, by that logic, I'm your mother, so you have to do as I say. What?
You two, come inside now. You'll be living with us from now on.
What? Me too? Yes! The way you two turned out is partially our fault, so we're gonna fix that.
Yeah, come inside, now!
Their faces went pale. They were scared out of their minds. They tried to make a run for it, but Grandpa grabbed them and dragged them into the house.
I guess we should head back now.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna be busy for a while, so let's leave them to it. Not sure what they're doing to them in there, but oh well. So we got our stuff and headed back to our new home. We loved our new home! After that, Katie returned the bike to Grandpa. A few weeks later, they got all their stuff and moved in with them. They made them work around the clock. They didn't even have time to rest. She didn't even let them use a vacuum. They had to clean the entire house with a rag. Oh, and they couldn't use the washing machine either. Sucks for them. And they couldn't buy any new clothes either. They had to wear Grandma's old clothes. And they didn't have any socks. And their room had no AC. They weren't even allowed to eat junk food. And her parents managed all the money they made, and they barely had any left for themselves. They were both miserable. Sucks for them. Living like that, I wouldn't be able to stand it. It was like living in prison or worse. A few months later, we were able to visit them, and they looked like completely different people now. They were both really polite to us, and they'd also lost a lot of weight. I felt bad for them, but oh well, whatever. As for us, we were loving our new home. It was the best. It was so nice being surrounded by nature, and our neighbors were really friendly. They always gave us fresh vegetables and stuff.
I'm home!
Hey, look what I got today. This thing is huge.
Wow, that's gigantic!
I used as much of it as I can, but I still got 3 of these left. What else should I make?
Oh, I know. How about yellowtail? It goes great with radish.
Oh, sounds good. Thank you for watching. What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more.